Hey guys and dolls, so let's talk about some Revlon brushes that I have. Now until a few years ago, I didn't even know that Revlon made brushes, so when I found this one, which is called the Contour Shadow Brush, I found this just hanging around the Walmart beauty section, and yeah, I picked up one and I went back the next day to buy another one because I liked it so much. I think I might have done a giveaway and include this, and I've actually sent this to a couple friends because it's such a great brush and it's so inexpensive. I think it's like $5.99 or something, which for me is very, very inexpensive for a brush because, you know, I'm used to buying like MAC brushes and some of those are like $52. Obviously not for an eye brush, but anyway, moving on. This one is a great crease brush. It's a little bit scratchy, but it definitely gets the job done. One thing I like about this is it's somewhat similar to the MAC 226, which was a limited edition brush that they had. It's not quite as tapered. One of mine is more tapered than the other. Kind of some irregularities, but you kind of get that with inexpensive brushes. All in all, I think it's a pretty good brush, and I used it to do my eyeshadow today to do the kind of pink color. A couple months ago, I was at Walgreens or CVS, I can't remember, I think it was Walgreens. I was actually looking for something from another company and I saw these and they had red handles and I was like, oh my god, I want them. I picked up these three brushes. This one is a like traditional type foundation brush where it looks kind of like a paintbrush. It has a filbert cut. This I've used for liquid foundation and I've used it for powder foundation, and I like it for both. It has a short handle, so it's really good for travel, and overall I really, really like this brush. The ferrule has a nice smooth transition into the handle. You know, obviously it's red and black, so it's really pretty, and it's very, very, very soft. It's not scratchy at all on the skin, so highly recommend this one. The next one is a double-sided brush, and I have to tell you guys right now, I'm just, as a general rule, I'm not really a fan of double-sided brushes because then I can't, you know, put them in my brush setup how I store my brushes. So it's the one downside. So basically I just use this brush for travel. It's not quite as angled as like the MAC 266. This is the short-handled MAC 266. But it is very, very thin still, so it's good for a very natural looking brow because it's not terribly stiff. And then this bottom one here is really great for getting like a smudgy color on your lower lash line. I used it today to do the green, so it definitely works and it looks nice. So the last Revlon brush I want to talk about is this one right here. This is a eye blending brush. It's very soft and flexible. It's not as super soft as some of my other like better quality brushes, like say a MAC brush or something, but it is relatively soft, and it's quite similar to the Contour Shadow Brush, which I just talked about, the first brush I spoke of. That's right here. It's not quite as tapered. It is a little bit softer than this brush though, but it's also not as dense. So they don't really replace one another, but they can be used in the same kind of way. I have to be totally honest, I don't use this brush terribly often just because I have other ones that are similar to it that I prefer better. But for travel, this is one that I kind of put in my bag in case I need to do a little touch up at work or something. So it's nice because it's also quite small, so it fits in, you know, pretty much any makeup bag that you have. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Remember to be vintage or tacky, just be yourself.